Hello, my friends. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to bake a white forest cake step by step. So you just follow along with me. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I've got everything that we need on the counter. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we're going to do is start our oven and set it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to be baking two different things in this oven. So I have a 9 raw and 13 pan on the bottom rack, and then I also have my 6-inch springform pan up on the top rack. Once the oven is preheated, we can move on to step number 2. And I already have some dry ingredients in this bowl, and that's because I made this cake before, and you guys gave me so much feedback. So I'm going to do this one again, and I figured while I'm at it, I might as well share it with you guys. So yeah, I kind of failed. Didn't really know why, but hopefully you guys can see past that and still watch and enjoy this video. So what we're going to be doing now is adding in 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of cake flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1-2 teaspoons of salt. We're just going to mix these dry ingredients together with a whisk real quick. Then we're going to set this right over here, and we're going to go ahead and start on our wet ingredients. For the wet ingredients, we're going to need 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter that's softened. I'll put a little X right here where the butter was so that you guys know that it was right there. But we're going to go ahead and grab our stand mixer. This is the KitchenAid Professional 600 watt stand mixer, and I absolutely love it. It has never let me down. I use it for all of my big projects, especially when I need something powerful and reliable. First thing we're going to do is cream this butter. That means we're just going to mix it on medium speed until it looks smooth and creamy. Oh, that's exactly what it looks like right now. So we're just going to stop there. Now we're going to go ahead and add in 3 cups of granulated sugar. And once again, I'll put an X right there so that you guys know that the sugar was right there. Next, we're going to add in 6 large eggs. Now, when adding eggs to any recipe, always make sure that they are at room temperature. It just makes them easier to work with and they'll blend better. Next, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is optional, but I highly recommend it because it adds so much flavor. Now we're going to continue mixing this on low speed until it's just combined. Then we're going to turn the mixer off and we're going to scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl to make sure everything is evenly incorporated. We don't want anything stuck to the sides or the bottom of the bowl. Everything looks good. So we can go ahead and start adding in our dry ingredients. We're going to add about 1/4 of the dry ingredients and we're going to mix it on low speed just until it's combined. Again, we don't want anything left over. If you look at that beautiful color, I just love it. Once all of the dry ingredients have been added in, we're going to finish it off by adding in 1 cup of sour cream. Sour cream adds so much flavor and moisture to this cake. You will not want to skip it. Now, we're just going to mix this on low speed just until it's combined. We're almost ready to pour this batter into our pans. So we're going to go ahead and get those pans prepped. I already lined the bottom of both of these pans with parchment paper. I highly suggest that you guys do that. It makes it so much easier to get the cake out of the pan. Then we're going to go ahead and spray the sides of the pans with non-stick spray. I also dusted both of the pans with flour. That's just to make sure that the cakes don't stick. We're going to divide the batter evenly between the 2 pans. I use a kitchen scale to make sure that each pan gets exactly half of the batter. And that's what we call weighing out the batter. Now we can go ahead and spread the batter evenly in each pan. We want it to be even so that it bakes evenly. And if you guys don't have a KitchenAid mixer, that's totally fine. You can definitely use the hand mixer or even just a whisk. It's just going to take a little bit more effort and time. But either way, the end result is so worth it. So we're going to put the pans into the oven and we're going to bake the smaller cake for 30 to 35 minutes and then the bigger cake for 35 to 40 minutes. We're going to go ahead and set a timer for 30 minutes because that's how long it usually takes. And while that's baking, we can go ahead and start working on our filling and our frosting. The filling that we're going to be using today is just a simple whipped cream cheese frosting. So we're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese that's softened, 1 pound 2 cup of granulated sugar, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're just going to mix these together on medium speed until it's light and fluffy. Make sure that everything is fully incorporated. That's what it should look like right now. Now we can go ahead and start on our frosting. For the frosting, we're going to need 1 cup and 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter that's softened. Once again, I'll put an X right there for you guys. Then we're going to add in 3 cups of powdered sugar. We're just going to mix this on low speed until it's combined. Next, we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to mix it on low speed just until it's combined. Then we're going to increase the speed to medium and we're going to beat this for about 3 minutes. We want it nice and fluffy. You can even go ahead and add a little bit more powdered sugar if it's too thin for your liking. Once the cakes are done baking, we're going to take them out of the oven and we're going to let them cool in their pans for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to go ahead and flip them out onto a wire rack to cool completely. Once the cakes are completely cooled, we can go ahead and start decorating. First, we're going to cut the domes off of the cakes so that they're flat. Then we're going to place one of the cakes on a cake board. We're going to spread the whipped cream cheese mixture evenly on top of the cake. Then we're going to place the second cake on top and we're going to repeat the process. After that, we're going to go ahead and frost the entire cake with a buttercream frosting. We're going to make sure that all sides are covered. I like to use an offset spatula to get those nice clean edges. Then you can go ahead and add any decorations that you'd like. I just kept it simple and added some powdered sugar on top. And just like that, our beautiful white forest cake is complete. As you can see, I really enjoyed making this cake and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up for more content like this in the future. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!